and now 30 at 6. Fun in the sun. Let's welcome from the Rising Sun Baseball Club, Greg and TJ. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to have you guys on the show. I'm getting psyched up about baseball and spring, and I'm looking at your flyer, Greg, and it says, join our affable club for merriment on and off the field. I guess you're doing some outreach today, right?
Yeah, well, we do outreach. We try to do outreach regularly. We do things socially as a group, barbecues and things like that, but we also do things like at public facilities like the library. We're going to be doing a talk at the library on March 27th about the evolution of the baseball uniform. A few of our guys will be there talking about how baseball uniforms started and what they look like today and how that's connected, things like that. But it's a social club. It was back in the 1860s when they first established. It was a social atmosphere, kind of like your Moose or your Elks Lodge, and they got together and they played baseball.
For the fun of it and
for exercise,
and,
yep,
yeah.
and camaraderie.
And the uniforms. Now, TJ, you made these uniforms, right?
Yeah. No, but we're happy to be doing that uniform presentation at the Rising Sun Library it's actually a children's program on the 27th.
Cool. And these are the uniforms modeled after what they wore back in the day?
Correct. In the 1860s, they had the shield, and the shield actually, not to step on the toes of the presentation that they're going to do at the library, the shield, the uniform itself is designed to resemble the firefighters' uniforms of the day.
Okay.
Because the firefighters were big, strong, manly man kind of thing. So your local haberdashery designed a uniform, and this is what it looked like, because the firefighters were strong men, so they wanted something to resemble that.
So these uniforms are modeled after, and actually, Rising Sun has had a team since the
1866.
Wow.
We actually have documented evidence that the club was established in 1866, and the list of the officers and the players, and it was one of the first in the region.
And Elkton has been your historical rival, should I say?
TJ can speak on that quite a bit. He's done a lot of research.
There's some research. There's some archives of the Cecil wig on the Library of Congress's website. And when you go back and find old box scores from the 1860s and 70s and 80s, there's some interesting write-ups about some events that happened back then. So yeah, there's always been quite a rivalry between the two groups.
I thought so.
It still is today, too.
Yeah, right. No, that makes it for a good game. And your home game is May 5th versus the Elkton Eclipse at Calvert Park.
Right, that's our first game scheduled of the season. We're trying to squeeze another one in there, like maybe a preseason scrimmage or something, but we start May 5th. We start kind of late this year. Well, we go later than we used to, so we go all the way into October.
Yeah, I see that. I see from the schedule. It's a pretty impressive schedule, too. You're going all over the place, hither and yon.
We travel a little bit. Long Island, New York, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Bristol, Connecticut. And we have people come to us. There's a team coming down from New York. There's teams coming down from Rhode Island. Team coming up from Lewis, Delaware to come visit us. There's a team coming from Addison, Pennsylvania, which is out west of Pittsburgh. So we have a lot of clubs in the area. It's a pretty involved baseball family.
And it's a lot of fun. There's a little bit of difference, folks out there in TV land, between the way baseball's played by the Orioles and, the Ironbirds and the Blue Rocks and the Phillies. Highlight some of the differences for us?
Well, the first difference you'll notice when you go out to see a game is we're not wearing any gloves. Not batting gloves, not baseball mitts, nothing on our hands. We catch it barehanded.
This ball here, it's got a little bit of give to it, but I bet you if it hit you in the head, it would hurt.
It hurts if it hits you in the hand sometimes.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, 3 strikes and you're out. The rules are pretty much the same?
Well, they're a little different. It's still 3 strikes and you're out, but you get a warning before they start calling strikes, meaning you better start swinging or we're going to call a strike. That was a good pitch. And the opposite is also true for the pitcher. Throws a bad pitch, they give him a warning and say, you need to deliver good pitches to the batter.
So if you just sit there and wait for a choice ball, you're not going to get strikes called on you until you get your warning.
Correct.
So it's incumbent upon the pitcher. Somebody's going to get a warning if you just keep fluffing around.
Correct. Right? But usually there has to be some reason for that. For example, base stealing is just rampant. As soon as you're on base, you're stealing. So there would be a reason for you to throw the ball outside or for the batter to stay there and wait for a really good pitch because he's letting the teammate run around the bases.
Right, sure.
So then the umpire would be, for lack of a better term, a little annoyed and say, you better start hitting the ball.
And you have umpires.
Yes.
People who wear umpire uniforms. And
They're dressed in a hat and shirt and look like they just came from church.
right.
They're
okay.
not wearing the black outfit with
No cage
no
over the
cage,
head.
no, none of that.
It's a tough bunch, let me tell you. But anybody can play, right? How would somebody, if they, again, this is outreach, how would somebody join up?
They can contact us on our website, risingsunbbc.com. There's contact information there. They can go to cecilrec.com. We're part of the Cecil Parks and Rec program list. You can go on there and register, and our phone number is on there, so you can give us a call if you're interested. Shoot us an email. I think the email's on there as well. And you can go to, you can send us an email at risingsunbaseballclub@gmail.com. If you
So I'm
want any
going
info.
to repeat the number, Greg. 443-206-2534. And it's just that easy to sign up and get on
It
the
is.
team.
And it really is open to everyone. I originally didn't have much sports experience prior to doing this. I just enjoyed the game, just as a spectator, and I really enjoy history, and I got into it, and I'm having a blast.
Yeah, it's the history is fascinating, and I always like to watch baseball, and you know, with my friends and stuff on TV, and every pitch is not that I endorse this, but every pitch is a gambling opportunity. You know,
Well, it's a chess game.
Go swing and a miss. You know,
Right.
and not that I endorse that, but that it's a little different from football because football kind of keeps flowing like that, and you really don't know what's going. It's our national pastime.
Correct.
And everyone's involved. Kids always played baseball. I played baseball and football as a kid, you know.
We did, but in those days it was adults that played baseball. Like I said, it was a gentleman's organization. For example, one of the festivals we're going to is named after Doc Adams. Doc Adams was the person who invented the shortstop position, who decided that 90 feet was the appropriate distance for bases. And he's not yet in the Hall of Fame, which we're trying to also help him get there. So we go to New York every year on August 3rd and 4th, and we play in the Doc Adams Festival. He is pretty much the great-grandfather of the sport.
Well, there's a lot of history there, and that's going to be August 3rd and 4th up in New York, I see.
Yes.
So, do you have some folks that travel with you? You travel, I guess you carpool, you got a bus, or?
We just carpool or drive ourselves. I mean, it's not, the travel's not too extensive. Most of the travel is local, Westchester, Kennett Square,
Right, sure.
Delaware. But for the long trips, we just go up and spend the weekend, take the family out to see the sights and play baseball in between.
Take me out to the ball game. Sounds great. It's going to be a great season. Warm weather's a coming, I have a feeling.
Not soon enough.
No, not soon enough. So, I'm trying to wrap my mind around. This looks a little bit different too. This
Yeah.
is the licking stick right here, Greg.
Yeah, this is, they used equipment that was quite larger than what you would see today's. This is a 44-inch, 56-ounce bat. You won't see any major leaguers swinging this thing.
No.
But it's the manly bat. Most of the bats are not quite this big. Most of them are 36 to 40 inches, don't weigh 56 ounces. But they take a piece of wood, they cut a bat out of it, and that's what you get.
That's how they did it back in
That's
the
how
day.
they did it,
So,
yep.
did somebody make that for you?
Yes, our bat maker is out of Michigan, Cass River Lumber Company. They make all our bats. And we asked for a specific bat. It was for our anniversary, 150th anniversary. So we got the Maryland flag put on it, and it's dated 1866 to 2016. We just kind of use it for the bat toss, and all that stuff.
I remember doing that. Yeah, we were doing that before the show.
Yep. Used to do it when we were kids to determine who got the bat first.
Who got the bat first? Brings back fond memories of a large, deep tradition of baseball, our national pastime. The rivalry between Rising Sun and Elkton starts May 5th right at Calvert Park. What's the time on that?
1 p.m.
1 p.m. All right.
Most of our home games are 1 o'clock unless it's a special event like the Dove Valley. That starts at 11 because there are a lot more teams involved and we have
Right.
to get everybody in. So
Oh, I see. June 22nd and 23rd, third annual weekend at the winery.
Yes.
Well, you got your refreshments right there for the game.
hey,
That sounds
have yourself a
great.
glass of wine and watch some baseball all day.
I'll tell you what, people can get this schedule also on the website.
Yes, sir.
So if you don't want to sign up and play, and the fee's reasonable, right? And you're
it's,
welcoming anybody, right?
The uniform is probably the most expensive part, and then every year we ask for some dues so we can pay for equipment. And other than that, it's
Think about it. Let's after baseball comes Halloween season. You don't have to worry about what kind of costume you're
Nope.
going to have for
I've worn
Halloween.
this.
You got it.
I've
right?
worn this.
That sounds great, and it's going to be a great season. Is there anything that I missed, gentlemen?
I think we should mention that it's more than just a reenactment. It's more of a recreation of the game. We play with the intensity of a baseball game. It's not like there's a set result that like a Civil War reenactor would.
Or wrestling?
Yeah.
Right.
It's not pre-planned. It's an actual sport. We're actually playing the games, and it's a lot of fun.
A friend of mine said that if Civil War reenactors did what we do, they'd use real bullets. Wow. Because their outcome is predetermined. Ours isn't.
Well, that's the real deal. Let's play ball.
All right.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.